Okay, this is the critique message for part one of the students in COMM 101 ADN. Our first speaker that I'll be speaking to is Spider. Spider, I got no speech from you, and I got the most fundamental of a speech outline. As a result, you have nothing at all, and your grade will reflect that. Next critique is for Looster. Looster, one nice thing about your speech was the audio was good. Work on the flow of your speech. Rehearse your speech. Your eyes are going all over. There are times when one time in the speech, you just kind of like look over to your right like something, or your left like something's going to happen. And I don't know, I thought maybe someone was going to hand you something. It's just really mysterious there. Don't start with, okay, let me talk to you about. Okay, here's my speech today. Don't do that. Also, look at me when you're speaking. I'm the camera. Talk to me. I don't care if you have an audience there that you want to have eye contact with. Look at me. Talk to me. I am your audience. You mentioned, quote, to lower the ground. Well, I want to see how you lower the ground. So again, you're not processing your speech in your head because things are just coming out. I mentioned already your eyes are wandering all over the place. Look at me, the camera. You've got the tisk problem. You have a lot of ahs and ums. Don't touch yourself while you're speaking. Don't fix your hair. All the other things. You sound like you are seeing your notes for the first time. It just doesn't sound like it's been rehearsed. At a certain point in your speech, we hear audio noise in the background. I presume somebody turned on a television set, and that's disturbing. You want to make sure you take care of that. I need silence when you're speaking. Your review of your speech was out of order. You have the thing about remove the tire, put the jack under the car. Well, I want to see you remove a tire without the jack under the car. Also, show the audience longer. I can't see or possibly tell what their ages are. Your eye contact is a problem for you on this speech. The speech was just a tad short. I do not start the timer that I use until you actually start delivering the speech, and I stop it when you end the speech. Your speech was submitted late. You did summarize your main points, so that was pretty good. You did, of all of the speakers, you established a little bit of credibility on the topic by saying you've actually done that yourself. Most speakers didn't have any credibility on what they were talking about. Next speaker, Raccoon. Raccoon, use your speaker notes. Also, here we go, right off the top. Establish your credibility. Who are you to be saying whatever it is you're talking about? And it could be something like, I've been a nuclear scientist all my life, and I want to talk to you today about nuclear energy. Or I've always had photography as a hobby, and today I want to talk to you about photography. It's pretty simple, but don't just start talking and assume that because you're saying it, I'm going to think that you know what you're talking about. Establish your credibility. At full volume, at full volume, even with a headset on, I can barely hear you. Your camera's across the room from where you are, and in addition to an accent and the audio problems, I cannot hear you. It's impossible to follow what you are saying, and as a result, it's costing you dearly on your speeches. I suspect you could be doing a lot better if you will simply follow the directions that I have consistently given in this class about shot composition. Get the camera closer to what I say is the required shot. The mic is on the camera. That'll help that problem. And get some energy in your speech. You want to make sure that you act like you really care about what you're doing. In the critique matrix in the body, I've written in there that it's too hard to tell about main points, sources, organization, outline, and language appropriate, those kinds of things. You've got to fix that. Next one is mighty. Mighty, nice attempt, good subject choice. Make sure that I can see your face. The shot is still loose, too loose. Fix it. I cannot see your face, therefore I cannot see your eyes. Don't scratch, stand still, don't do this while you're speaking. I'm exaggerating, but don't do it. Wait a few beats at the end of your speech before you run to turn off your camera. Never start with all right. Previously, I talked to someone who started with okay. Don't you start with all right. Today, we're going to talk to you about. Start your speech. Be professional. This was a good speech with good information, but I can't see you for telling whether or not you're selling the speech with your face. You are standing in front of a window next to a bright light. I don't know how many times I've warned people about that. I can't see your eyes. You talk about clay bar your car. I have never in my life heard that term. Clay bar your car. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure based on the speech you're giving, it might be something I'd be interested in knowing about. But again, you've made a great assumption that everybody in your audience knows everything you're talking about. And somebody like me, I knew most of the other stuff, but clay bar I've never heard of. And you might score a lot of points telling me about it and what it can do. Again, establish your credibility. I am a car aficionado. I really care about how my car looks. Because of that, I take special care of my car, and there are some things I've learned, and I want to pass them on to you. You see how you establish your credibility with doing something like that. Next is mommers. Mommers, great appearance, great picture, and picture quality. This is what we want it to look like. Excellent emphasis on important words in your speech. Excellent energy, extremely comprehensive process speech. You have a minor tisk problem. You have an extremely friendly and conversational approach. Excellent eye contact. You were a little bit close on the time, and you too need to establish your credibility. But let me read you this part that I wrote down. This was about as good as you could be in this assignment, in all aspects of this speech. So, mommers, you did a great job, and your score in this speech will reflect that. Keep up the good work, and for all of you others, part of the deal here is she was conversational, and she was excited, she was fun, she had great eye contact, the camera shot was right, I could hear her, there was nothing distracting me in the background, everything she did right, and plus, just a plain good topic that the average Joe could be interested in, and you just want to do a little bit more about your credibility for talking about that topic. Okay? We're going to stop now, and I'll pick up more critiques after this on the next video.